From the i-HLS studios in Tel Aviv, this is Homeland Security Weekly Report.
Hello and welcome to this weekly edition of the Israeli Homeland Security Report. I'm Tony Christopher. 2 terrorists set free into U.S. by Homeland Security Department. U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Jed Johnson acknowledged that his department had to release 2 men who admitted they were part of a terrorist group from Turkey after a judge ordered them to be let out, a decision he said he disagreed with. Earlier this year, Mr. Johnson had told Congress that 4 men who were caught crossing the southern border and who claimed to be part of a Marxist terrorist group would be deported. Nevertheless, according to the Washington Times, the Secretary told the Homeland Security Committee that 2 of them remain in U.S. custody and 2 others were released into the U.S. and then fled to Canada, where they are seeking asylum. Mr. Johnson said he would have preferred the 2 men be kept in custody, but didn't have a choice after the judge ruled. New threat: Islamic terrorism could jeopardize nuclear power stations. Following the spread of Islamic terrorist attacks worldwide, causing major concern among the entire population, the West has begun looking for a solution to a new problem which poses a far greater risk than beheadings, namely the risk of nuclear and radiological terror. One of the institutions looking into this potential danger is the Federation of American Scientists, whose findings and estimates reach all U.S. intelligence bodies. A paper published by the Federation's nuclear experts points out several risks posed by the threat of nuclear terror. The first, non-territorial terrorist organizations such as ISIS, Hamas, Hezbollah, and others. Such organizations, which have unlimited financial means, can simply acquire nuclear arms in the black market through criminal organizations with the proper know-how. The second risk is posed by the threat of a terrorist organization capable of acquiring uranium ore and create an IND, improvised nuclear device. Also named Dirty Bomb, this charge could be detonated using conventional explosives to spread radioactive fallout across a major radius. The third new risk is posed by the threat of an attack on nuclear power stations which abound across the globe. The essence of this threat, a relatively small bomb, could cause widespread damage. Hamas versus Israel. The next round? Israel has 3 main options versus Hamas: continuing and expanding existing activities using supervised procedures, and with the help of the UN, Israel could transfer building materials and other goods required for basic existence and housing construction. Of course, this is not enough to provide for the needs of the Gaza Strip. Therefore, Israel will have to find a way to coordinate the expansion of the fishing zone with Hamas, come to clear understandings about the entrance of Palestinians into the security perimeter, and help with reconstruction of infrastructures like sewage in the Gaza Strip. Nonetheless, this form of action can only delay the inevitable because it lacks stabilizing factors and does not address the Gaza Strip's root problems. It is therefore probable that a violent outburst will occur sooner or later. 2. Involving the PA in Gazan affairs with the coordination of Egypt, the pragmatic Arab nations, and the international community. This alternative should set the stage for the PA's expanded responsibility over the Gaza Strip and, with the help of Arab states and the international community, enable it to manage the broad reconstruction process. This would also serve as a test of PA capabilities in state-building process. For this option, Israel would have to promote a political plan or respond favorably to initiatives for renewing the peace process and at the same time expand the PA's authority over the West Bank, which would be favorable for an establishment of the independent Palestinian state. 3. Severing fully from the Gaza Strip. Israel would initiate a process led by the international community and supported by the pragmatic Arab states to open the Gaza Strip to the world and decrease to the point of non-dependence the Gaza Strip's reliance on Israel's goods and equipment. This would require the construction of a seaport off the Gazan coast with provisions made to ensure Israel's security needs. In this option, Israel must closely cooperate with Egypt in order to prevent Cairo from suspecting that Israel is trying to deflect responsibility for the Gaza Strip onto Egypt. The failure of this option could possibly lead to placing the Gaza Strip under international trusteeship. China will use laser weapons to protect from drones used for terror attacks. China has recently signaled its intentions to join the march toward laser weapons, unveiling a laser system designed to destroy drones. The new lasers match American military capabilities in a growing tit-for-tat arms race between the two global superpowers. As first reported by the state news agency Xinhua, the China Academy of Engineering Physics said the new system is characterized by its stealthy movement and ability to hone in on any small-scale drone within a 1.2-mile radius, flying at low altitudes around 1,600 feet. That could mean targeting any type of quadcopter, other multi-blade drone, or mid-size winged surveillance drone. Designed with private collaborators like China Zhuyuan High-Tech Equipment Corporation during the first system's public test, the military shot down more than 30 drones. According to Motherboard, the US government is concerned about possible domestic terror threats from drones, according to Xinhua. The system was designed to counter targeted attacks on crowds or populated centers using what the report describes as cheap, small-scaled, unmanned drones, a likely choice for terrorists. Golani's mental trainer. IDF's Golani Brigade has begun using neurofeedback in the framework of training. This innovative treatment tool is designed to train combat fighters in functioning under stressful situations in order to improve their ability to withstand stress in combat and cope with fighting conditions in the field. According to the IDF's Technological and Logistics Directorate, Hebrew acronym ATAL, training is carried out using a new technology. The trainee is fitted with a headdress akin to a swimming cap. This cap is attached to an electronic system complete with sensors and a computer which follows his or her brain waves and creates a graph indicating their brain activity. The trainee uses an on-screen simulator and experiences various situations which call for decisions as well as simulate challenges the soldier must handle. At the end of the session, the soldier and a therapist sit down together for a meeting during which they draw conclusions concerning the soldier's MO, stress, and performance, including the quality of his or her decision-making. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching this edition of the Weekly Report. See you at the same time, same place next week, and for further information, click the link below.